Good evening and welcome to episode 129 of Schnozzcast for Saturday, June 19th, 2021. Thanks for joining us. This is Bob, joined by Nick Bader, Cory, Todd Dillon, and Ms. Danielle Finn. We're going to jump into Gentleman's Agreement tonight. A little pick of the week, if we can manage it. Funko This, 90-second sports, and maybe a little 100 questions to close it on. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with a shot.
I thought you guys did yours already.
No, we were waiting.
Throwing them to the head.
Yeah, we're going to start with a shot because I think we need it. We had what some might consider to be a substandard episode last week, given the problems that we had with the audio on the video live stream feed for Facebook. So we seem to have worked it all out thanks to the tireless efforts of one Cory, Michael Selesky, and his bottomless wallet for buying new accessories for the podcast. So we're gonna start off as we really should have done last week with a shot.
He spares no expense when it comes to the podcast. I'll tell you that.
Only thing about cheers.
Salute, Todd.
Salute.
All right.
Ooh, boy. All right, so housekeeping out of the way. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. Please join us here every weekend. If you're returning, thanks for your patronage. We'll take it wherever we can get it. You can also listen to pristine, what I'm assuming now is high-resolution lossless audio on Apple Music, what some might still call iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Pandora, or anywhere else where you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media at Instagram at Schnozzcast, Facebook at Schnozzcast, and YouTube at Schnozzcast. If you're a budding author and you don't do the whole listening thing, you like to write letters to dear editor, to whom it may concern, you can write us at schnozzcast@gmail.com.
We call those Dear Bob letters.
If we didn't, we should, and we'll start right now.
Bob.
Or you can reach out to us on our hotline at 618-SHOCKER.
That's 618 Shocker, baby.
It's always the nod of approval from Danielle.
Yep. Shock the podcast with your questions and queries.
Queries, if you will.
Yeah.
So for everybody out there in the audience, happy Juneteenth. I've officially asked all of our podcast hosts if that's an appropriate wish for people on June 19th. It was just made an official federal national holiday. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to Todd offline and trying to educate myself in 5 minutes from Wikipedia on the vast history of Juneteenth. And Todd, you were waxing rhapsodic about the origins of the holiday, and I asked you to stop because, as we always do, like as soon as we get in the basement and we're all getting ready to go, everybody starts coming up with all kinds of cool shit to say.
Brilliant.
Brilliant stuff, yeah.
Well,
and we're recording, but we're not broadcasting or anything. And so the common refrain is, shut the fuck up and let's do it on the podcast.
Speaking of which, I really hate to interrupt, but
Yeah.
we are recording, correct?
So new policy. Mm-hmm. From now on, as soon as I put the SD card in the mixer, I hit record. So it's been recording now for the last 47 minutes.
Okay. Well, at least we got it this
Nice.
time.
Our episode
Nice.
was fraught with problems last week.
Yeah. We had the two keys that are simultaneously supposed to be turned in order to get the nuclear codes to launch the...
We're not turned. No one was even sitting by them.
No, yeah, those keys were... somebody swallowed the keys, shit them out, and then flushed them out to sea. But so that's just going to be another editing nightmare for Cory and I to go through. But thankfully, we are now past that. So, Todd, I was trying to tee you up to go on at length about Juneteenth if you want, or you could just tell me just keep on moving.
Well, we didn't want to go on ad nauseum, but no, I think it is a happy, it is a celebratory holiday. This isn't one where to be somber. I mean, ultimately, this is it's truly the end of slavery, right? I mean, ultimately, Juneteenth is all about the 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, which is, it's odd that that's not a holiday. The original freeing of the slaves isn't a holiday, and really, that proclamation didn't lead to the end of slavery in this country. It happened 2.5 years later. And that is why Juneteenth, especially, I think more so people in Texas are really aware of this. This is a holiday. This is a thing that was celebrated. And if you knew or have family in Texas, it was probably pretty familiar to you. But if you don't have family, there's a lot of people of all races who didn't know about Juneteenth. And there's no shame in that. I think ultimately there's a lot of our history in this country that we haven't been taught. And so I think it's pretty cool that that is truly the end of slavery in this country. When is June 19th is when we were celebrating it. So
I was actually talking to all my exes who live in Texas, and some of them were not aware.
Yeah, like I said, well, again, we found a lot. There's a lot of things that people don't know about in our history. Ultimately, I think it's key to teach all of history, right? It's all been kind of filtered down, and we don't know as Americans, we really don't know all of our history. And some of it is very, very cool, and we know a little bit about that, but some of it's very ugly. It's good to get it out there. There's no harm in actually talking about the things that happened in the past, so that we all understand how it's impacted us today. So I think it's a great thing that we're celebrating this holiday. Everybody gets another day off, so it's all good stuff, right?
I don't know if that's been put into
action.
It's
a federal holiday, right? So if you're a federal employee and
the USPS was out today, Todd.
Because yesterday was technically the holiday, and actually, again, I work for a government not a government agency, but a government-like agency, and what they did, because it was such short notice, is we all got an additional floating holiday.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's sweet, because I remember Drew and Mike had called the Ferndale post office, and the woman was like, at this point, we're going to work.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure yet. But to echo that sentiment, whether it be ugly history or positive history, it's history, and people that refuse to or try and ignore our history, whatever it may be, are bound to repeat it. So it's good to bring it to the surface and recognize whatever happened and the reasons it happened, and just to move forward in a positive way.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
And while we're on the topic of federal holidays fraught with political overtones and secret origins, happy Father's Day tomorrow to all the dads out there.
Yes, happy Father's Day, fathers.
Cory?
Not that I'm aware of yet.
Cory, let's face it. You've been a dad your whole life. You've been a grandfather, so you had to have been a dad.
I skipped that somehow.
Yeah, you were born a little grandfather.
Fair enough.
Little grandfather.
Eggs and chickens.
Exactly.
So if you're keeping home at score, that is now the front runner for the title of the episode is Little Grandfather.
Baby grandfather.
But I have a story for later that may rival that. So we'll see what happens. So Cory, let's go back to our new roots of starting off with Gentleman's Agreement. I know that Todd Dillon is super, super excited that Danielle Finn has joined us for this week's episode. He's been asking about your return for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't here when I was here the last time.
Yes.
Correct.
When is Danielle going to be here?
I'm here.
Now she is.
Mm-hmm.
So what better way than to just launch into Gentleman's Agreement? So, Danielle, Todd Dillon, you had a pick back from June 5th called "Who Killed Sarah?" Was that from you, Danielle? Okay. Todd, why don't you help kick us off? Did you watch the movie?
I did, and it's a series.
Okay. Where can it be found?
It was on Netflix, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. 30-second synopsis. Go.
Horrible. And I thought I got punked. Danielle, I think this is a revenge assignment based on you not liking Raiders.
Now you know why he was asking where has she been?
Oh my God. It's the worst show ever. The acting, horrible. It's like a mix between...
Just a quick 30 seconds or less of just a very high level, no spoiler free.
Gangster-ish casino owner, patriarch of a family with two sons, and they have a poor friend, and one of the sons is dating a girl who's the sister of the poor friend. And anyway, the girl Sarah gets killed by one of the rich sons, so it's who killed her. But they basically frame up the poor the poor friend, and they promise him, hey, if you take the fall so my kids don't, I'm gonna pay for your mom's medical bills and do all this stuff to take care of you. And when you're done, and we're gonna get you the best lawyers, you're only gonna get a couple months in jail. And when you get out, the world's your oyster. We're gonna pay you for forever. So just do this. Just do us this solid. And so they go to court, they go to trial. Of course, they have a crap lawyer, and he gets like 28 years in jail. And then they don't pay one dime towards dude's mother's medical bills. And then they're like, he gets out of jail after 18 years, and then they proceed to try and shut him up so he doesn't bitch about the fact that they screwed him and they framed him. And so they send by a crew to send him a message, by the way, not to kill him. They want to send him a message. So they machine gun his house, then roll in and hit him in the head. And I'm like, it's poorly written. And like I said, it's a cross between a movie and a soap opera because there's a bunch of fight scenes, and it's horrible because you can tell they're pulling punches. Like if you're watching shoot, you can't really get good fight coordination going. It looks real. So the fighting looked fake. And then the thing that actually put me off my meal, Danielle, that's why I'm so angry. There's a lot of gratuitous nudity. And I saw a man's wide open ass on a television show. And I'm like, that cannot be stood. Again, I'm all about horrible.
Sorry.
Ooh, wow. You had me at wide open ass.
And see, it's funny because I recommended it to a girl I work with, and she really liked it. So maybe
oh my
it's a
God.
chick thing.
Well, there's a ton of dude ass in it, and there's a lot of crack, and again, they gotta go over the top. Like it's clear that one of the kids is a homosexual. Nope, no problem with that. But they have to frickin' show that he's like spanking it to a dude in the shower. They like got to drill in, show his shorts come down, show his ass crack, show him inching his hand down his pants. It's like, oh my goodness.
Perhaps he was celebrating.
I want my
Pride
money
Month.
back.
Good thing I didn't have to pay for it.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm like, it felt like a revenge assignment.
It wasn't. I really liked it.
Cory and Danielle watched it together.
Cory's never seen it. He won't watch it. It's dubbed.
Oh. Now it would be a revenge assignment, Todd, if you assign it to Cory this week.
Exactly. If you like to see a lot of man crack, and especially there's a scene literally where the camera shows hole.
Todd, if you know anything about me, you know that I love me some man ass.
Especially whole.
Oh, I like to peek right into it.
Exactly. Who doesn't like man ass? But come on, you don't need to see the inner bits. You don't need to see how the sausage gets made.
Todd, I want to see out his mouth.
Oh. Has anybody signed Human Centipede yet on this podcast?
Cory, if you blow on it, it flutters.
That's right. Little wisps in the wind.
So Jimmy Pappas is saying he's not prepared for doing video, but can we just bring audio in?
Yeah, when I told him come into the room, we can have him on audio. I just won't bring his video up.
Okay. So I'll just tell him you'll be audio only.
Yeah, he will not be. Krabby, I can promise you will not be on video.
He's like, man, all this finger wagging about man ass. I guess I should have prepared myself a little better to come on video. Let me just do audio.
All right. You want to do that now, or you want me to do quickly squeeze Danielle in here?
No, go ahead, because he's not in yet. So
all right, Danielle.
Yes.
Moving over to you. You had
Hey, big boy.
No,
Bert Kreischer's
No, but what'd you have?
special. Were you addressing me directly?
No, that's what it's called.
Hey, big boy.
It's called Hey, Big Boy.
I was confused.
Okay, so this is a stand-up special.
Yes.
Bert Kreischer.
Yep.
Okay.
It was hilarious. I shouldn't have watched it where I was watching it because I was laughing hysterically, but
Were you in church?
no.
Where were you watching?
Yeah, I was at church. I was at BioLife donating plasma.
Well, that's where that kind of thing happens. Plasma donation.
Well, I know,
Rollick
but
and comedy.
I probably could have laughed out loud a lot, and I was trying to keep it together because I didn't want people staring at me for laughing.
So was it legitimately like actually funny, or was the loss of oxygen and blood to your brain?
No. It was legitimately funny. I like Bert Kreischer anyways, so
Okay.
no, it was very, very, very funny.
You guys watch a lot of TV, but I'm always astounded where every
you.
time you have to watch something for an agreement, you're always either in the car
Yeah, we
giving
really don't
plasma.
watch it. We don't watch it together typically.
Right, but you watch a ton of TV in the house, but it seems like never your agreement. You're always watching that somewhere else that's not your living room in the comfort of your own home.
He usually does.
No,
But it's usually when
you specifically.
Oh yeah.
Why?
They have a lot of sex in the home, so when they leave and they can't have sex because it's not socially acceptable in the car, they have to like, oh, I guess we better catch up on things we need to get done.
Well, and like my thing, I usually watch it. I try to watch it like the day of or the day before we come, just because I don't want to forget.
Oh, in the past you've watched it early and then forgotten what the hell you watched. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
I
I watched
did
it
that.
this morning.
Todd has done that too. Yeah, that is true.
Well, and especially because I haven't been here in like a couple of weeks, I don't want to watch it once I get it assigned because I don't know if I'll be here the following week, depending on what time you guys do it and what day and all of that. So
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah.
Well played.
But I highly recommend it.
All right.
Yeah, someone does have a tendency to wait till the very last minute to be like, "Whoa, I'm 5 minutes before we're going to go for the podcast. Let me start watching it now."
But
Wait.
in her
No,
defense,
that happened like once.
I never thought about it that way, where she's like, from week to week, she's not really sure she's going to make it. So I would be the same way. If I watched it and then like 2 or 3 weeks passed, I would have to watch it again.
Right, because I don't want to give a review and be like, yeah, it was good. And then I'd be like down to the story.
Let me just make this clear.
Yes.
Cory is stating that he's upset about someone procrastinating.
Right.
Is that what I'm hearing? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing. Those were words that came from his mouth.
Pot, kettle. You know.
Yep. Dogs and
Okay.
cats living together.
Okay. I hate when someone's late.
All right. Moving on. Mr. Nick Bader,
Sir.
you had Son of a Woman.
Hoo-ah!
For those who haven't seen it yet, that is a catchphrase.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call it
catch
that.
grunt.
It's a noise. It's a noise he makes. 30-second synopsis. I would like to say. So who gave me that? You did, or Todd, or Krabby?
It was. I think it was me.
It wasn't
was
Krabby.
me. No, because I'm looking at what everybody got assigned, and that's the only one that could have come from me.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, because Krabby gave Cory his pick. I know that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to say that it was probably one of the most enjoyable movies I've watched in recent history.
Score.
Absolutely
Score.
fantastic.
Nice.
Kept my interest the whole time. Blown away. I'll be honest with you, and I know there's going to be hold back the gasps, but I don't think I've ever seen Al Pacino in anything. I'm dead serious.
Shocking.
Dead serious.
I am blown away. Blown away.
And
Yeah.
first of all, the image that I had in my mind of Al Pacino was not this guy. I'm like, God, I thought Al Pacino was in this movie. Who's this guy?
What was the image? Yeah, I'm curious. What was the image?
I don't know. It was just totally different. I attribute that from my little knowledge of him from seeing this movie, that he falls into his character and completely just lives in that moment. And I feel like regardless of how he physically looks, it can change almost the way he physically looks just because of his personality changes so much because he's such a good actor. That's probably why the snippets of things I've seen him in the past, not seeing the actual movie, I didn't really recognize that as him because he was living in that character so much. But I was immediately, his voice, grabbed me first. I was like, wow, he's got like a commanding voice. It was awesome. And what was his name? Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah.
He played Robin, didn't he, in Batman or something like that?
I'm sure he'd like you to forget that.
Batman.
But yes,
Okay. I never saw it.
Batman and Robin is
But that's the word association that I have with Chris O'Donnell. That's the only thing I know.
I think he'd prefer the NCIS.
yeah.
Was it New Orleans?
So him and LL
No,
Cool J,
he's
right?
he's L.A.
L.A.
He's
Oh,
LA.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
he's
that
G.
means.
Was it him and LL Cool J?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
And
great.
And the chick with the two colored eyes.
Oh,
I can't think of her name.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was just going to ask you what her name was.
I'll find out in a second.
whatever they call that, to have monochromatic or
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chris O'Donnell did a fantastic job. Like the acting the two of them had, and a lot of it was I don't want to say nonverbal, but a lot of it was you had to be a fantastic actor to pull off those two characters, because it was a lot of just everyday bullshit, like trials and tribulations that they had to go through because the guy was blind. So like, hey, can I help you? Can I get you? You know, stupid stuff that you wouldn't think. And you're like, okay, anyone can do that, but they really pulled it off, and it was so believable. It was touching. It was a touching movie. And I swear to God, if it didn't end the way that it did end, I was going to be so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, if this fucking does not end this way, I'm not going to give spoilers if you haven't seen it. Son of a Woman, it sounds nothing like what the actual movie is. It's a fantastic movie. It sounds like a chick flick, but it's absolutely not. But when it got down to the end and it had not ended the way I had anticipated, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just fucking break my TV, and I'm gonna opt out of gentleman's agreement from this point forward if this does not end the way I need it to end. For I need closure on this.
You can do that. Yeah.
Seriously, I was gonna be so fucking pissed, and it did, and it gave me that aha like yes moment, and it was the cigarette after sex that I needed. You know,
Well said.
That's what I needed, and I was like, okay.
So I almost gave him the pick that broke gentleman's agreement forever.
You almost did. I was like, finally, you know, everything in the world suddenly makes a little more sense. So
what did you just I don't think it's a spoiler.
Hey, Krabby, can you mute?
I have.
Sorry.
Krabby is muted.
Oh, okay.
No.
just holler things if you
he's
need to, Todd.
Hey, I'm just standing. There's a lot of noise coming through. Sorry.
There's what noise?
A lot.
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, is he in the switcher room or something?
Krabby is, but I muted his mic, so I don't know what Todd's hearing.
Maybe it doesn't mute in the switcher room.
It might not.
Oh,
It
he's
doesn't.
hearing
Okay. I
the
didn't know if the podcast could hear
Maybe
it.
he's
Okay.
Yeah, no.
No.
We can't hear him over here.
No, you just sound crazy.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Danielle Rua.
Someone answer that phone!
I'll have to look her up. I don't think I've ever seen the show.
Oh, you need to.
Okay. All right. No, I was just going to say.
Sorry
just
about that.
Just to close it out, I don't think it's giving a spoiler necessarily to say like one of
The gist of what
the
the
big
movie
closing scene takes place in like an auditorium. So the last part of that scene, did you like jump up out of your chair?
Was. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, I did.
That's all I wanted
I
to
think
hear.
that's the movie Krabby wanted me to watch, and we couldn't find it anywhere.
Yes, that is it. Right.
It was on Amazon Prime
Oh, okay.
for free.
I'll have to watch it then.
Yeah, you will. You guys might want to update to like a Diamond Alliance Prime member.
The Diamond
I know
Jubilee.
you guys are probably on the copper status.
No, and not after this week. That's for sure. So, speaking of the devil,
Yeah.
Furrowed brow.
I'm going to bring Krabby into the room.
Yes, sir.
He will be with us on audio.
Alrighty.
Mr. Krabby, are you there? I was going to give his name, but.
What up, though?
Yo.
There he is.
Hey, what up, though? You can
How
get
are
my
you, sir?
name.
How are
Jimmy's
you?
good.
Jimmy,
All
hey, all
good.
right, Jimmy.
Doing great.
This is the summit.
doing great. What's
the
up?
meeting of two titans that I tried to organize for last weekend, but it didn't quite happen. So, Mr. Todd Dillon, Mr. Jimmy Pappas, welcome.
What's up?
What's up? I got to say something, though, Todd. There are tons of writers and producers in Hollywood that are so fucking glad that you're not ahead of a studio anywhere. I can tell you that right now. And if you were, I'm pretty sure every year the Oscar would come out of your studio because you are Mr. No Nonsense, Mr. No Nonsense at all.
I can only take.
I felt bad.
Sorry about that. I can only take a little bit of wide open ass.
Well, no, just in general, there wasn't a whole lot of holding back. It was just awful, absolutely terrible. I mean, by the end of that, poor Danielle was completely undressed.
Wow.
Todd, I don't know if you've given
hey.
this any thought at all, but perhaps you should add movie reviews to your TikTok feed.
I should.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt. You'd be a hit. The solid C- that you give a lot of times is probably the best. That's a solid C-. That's probably one of my favorite bits. That's a solid C-.
right, Jimmy, you had to watch Fractured.
Yeah. Well, and
who's that from?
well, I got it from Nick. And I got to just say, Nick, also just listening to you over the last year with these movies, it almost brings a tear to my eye. It's like watching a baby grow up. Finally seeing all it just, oh my gosh. I've never had a son, but now I know what it's like if I had one. Watch it
Wow.
develop and mature, and
That was just because I bought you
Craziest thing.
pizza last week. That's all the reason you're saying that.
hey, that was damn good pizza. That was damn good pizza.
That is spot on.
And
That is spot on, Jim.
and Danielle,
Watch him grow up.
Oh, go ahead.
You watch him grow up in front of us. It is awesome to see him because he hasn't seen so many movies. It is awesome. Nice. That's
oh, absolutely, yeah. And he was like the grumpy old man at the beginning of this. He's like, "Yeah, I don't watch anything. I don't listen to anything. I don't watch sports." And I was like, "What the hell do you do? You just shoot your gun?"
Metaphorically, yeah.
And Danielle, I texted you that movie was free on Prime. Remember a few weeks back? I texted you that son of a woman was on there. Man,
She had to wait till the
Todd
last
had every
minute to
right.
watch it.
I know, but I haven't
Yeah,
watched
true.
it.
No, I know.
I know when we were. I
Very
know,
well,
but
yeah.
I was just saying when we were going to originally do it, we couldn't find it.
Yeah. That was like 8 months ago.
I know,
No, it was probably a year
yeah.
ago.
And
probably.
Yeah.
I went out of my way to text it to you that it was free. I thought we were better than that. I totally missed you last week too, by the way.
I missed you too.
Missed you on the podcast. I totally did.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't think I've ever seen a verbal shaking the shit out of like I saw today on your pick for Todd. That was something else.
That's okay.
you must not have
I
heard
know,
a review
you
of
handled-
Raiders.
You handled it well. No, and that's why I like it, Daniel. You handled it well with a smile and a. It's all right. The gangster, like, you know what? We'll get yours later. Don't worry. That's how a gangster truly does it. So,
She slid me a note and she goes, Todd doesn't fucking know what he's talking about anyway, so.
oh, I thought you were going to just say she slipped you a note. He's a dead man.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm sure one day.
So Fractured.
So Fractured, yeah. So I got it from Nick. Fractured was on Netflix. I'm going to try to be careful here because I don't want any spoiler alerts. So I'll get quick synopsis of the movie is family is coming back from Thanksgiving somewhere in the Midwest on their way to Minneapolis. Looks like they're, from my travels, looks like one of the Dakotas, maybe North Dakota or South Dakota coming through, eastern part. And it's important. The reason I say that is because one of the constructive criticisms I have of it is it's a father and a mother and a kid, and the father has a New England accent. And I did a little further research, found out the guy's not even American, or is not American. He's British, so he was obviously doing an American accent. But his accent was New England accent, and they just let it out there. They didn't tie it back to why he would have a New England accent. If anybody's ever been in that part of the Midwest country, I mean, it's like being in the UP. I mean, anybody's ever seen Fargo, Fargo, oh yeah, and do that.
Oh,
so
you betcha, yeah.
the accent will be a lot. Yeah, you got to be a lot different. So that was just one of the criticisms I had with that. And basically what the storyline of the movie was, on that trip, they pull over at a gas station and their daughter falls and gets hurt enough to where they think they need to go to the hospital and get her checked out. So they go to the nearest hospital, which I really had seen a hospital sign maybe like 2 miles back from there. So he turns around and takes them to the hospital. They get him to see the doctor. Now, funny thing is, I was laughing my ass off because the doctor in the movie, most recent thing I've ever seen him in was in Entourage. He did a bit piece in the series Entourage where he was.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him?
No, he's still there. He's breaking up a little bit.
Okay. We may have to come back.
Yeah.
Put some foil on your antenna.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're
Beverly Hills mayor, and
There we
they took
go.
him out with him, and he ends up with a better.
Now we
little
can,
bit
now we
better,
can hear you.
Any better?
Yeah,
Yep.
we got
Yeah.
you now.
Great. So what part cut out? What
All
part
of it.
cut out?
The
Everything from hello. What up, though?
The doctor from Entourage is where you left off.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So the doctor in the movie, last time I'd seen him play a part was mayor of Beverly Hills on the series Entourage, and at the end of that, he gets picked up on TMZ because the chick he hooks up with at the end of the night happens to be a tranny, and when she's getting out of his car, her skirt slides up, and you can see her old pecker. So I could see this guy, and all I was doing was laughing the whole time, seeing this guy being serious.
Sounds like a movie for Todd Dillon.
Hey, I'd rather see peckers than wide open asses.
Wide open asses is confusing for me. I'm not sure if it's a woman or a man. I don't know if I should be upset or I should be hard right now.
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So uncomfortable. So anyways. So they send the kid off to get a CAT scan and all the stuff you get because of hair hitting her head, and the mother goes with her, and the father ends up taking a nap for a couple hours. When he wakes up, they're still not back, and basically that's the rest of the movie is him trying to find out where they're at, what's happened to them, and I'm not going to go any further in that because it'll be spoiler alerts with everything. So, so they and I guess one of the other things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but she did exactly what she was supposed to do. I think she hit it out of the park. Was the wife at the beginning when they're in that ride? She was a total bitch to this guy. And I think she was supposed to be that way. She did such a great job, but she annoyed the shit out of me. I was just like, oh man. I was like, toss her out the window. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, so yeah. So I'd say B- if I was going to give it a grade.
B-.
Yeah, a solid B-.
Solid B-. What do you feel about that?
That's respectable.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair. It was a stumble upon Netflix movie. No big actors or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it was just the old switcheroo cliffhanger at the end, which is what I tend to like.
Yeah.
But I'm like an old man getting into a hot bath with these movies. So
Absolutely.
trying to ease my way in.
B- is good. I mean, B- is. That's what you just said about that. No big name actors. That's actually, I should have brought that up. It was one of the things that I liked about it, and that's what I like about the streaming services together. I like that they're giving more and more of these actors and actresses that we would have never seen back in the day. Now a chance to be honored, even though Todd Dillon can't stand any of them. but yeah, so.
Sweet.
All right.
That's what I got.
Thank you, sir. I want to, if you can stick around for just another few minutes, I want to make sure you get a chance to hear the review of what you assigned to Cory, which was Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Where do I begin, Krabby?
At the beginning.
So I've gotten through 3 episodes so far, and the beginning is a little drawn out. It's trying to give you a rundown of what you're in for, and it doesn't do a very good job of that. It's very open-ended. Is this going to be a drama? Is it going to be a bit of a comedy? Like it's following Mayor, who is a detective sergeant in this small little town out in Podunk, BFE. And basically what you can gather from the first episode, maybe 2.5 episodes, is everything's put on her shoulders from this little town and her being a detective sergeant. And there's, scandals going on. Everyone's talking about it because it's such a tiny little town. You have a murder that occurs. For me, and Krabby, I don't know if you've ever seen Ozark.
Yeah. Yep.
It seems like a shitty Ozark.
Shitty Ozark.
Yeah.
Shitty one.
I think everything should be measured as Ozarks.
This is about a quarter of an Ozark.
How's that pizza? It was a dry Ozark. Is what it was.
There you go.
Okay.
Not saying it's bad or it's terrible. I do want to continue on watching it when I have some spare time to see how everything plays out, because it caught my interest enough to want me to keep watching, but I'm also there's some slow moving episodes and some a lot of excess in the show, I think, but not a bad pick. Like I said, I'm gonna continue on with it and see where it goes.
Okay.
So good pick, sir. Good pick.
Is it okay for me to be confused?
Yeah, sure.
We'd rather you be.
It's a shitty Ozark.
How can we
but I
help
love
you,
it.
Todd?
I didn't say I love it.
You said it's a shitty Ozark. Shitty denotes a.
Right.
I'm confused.
I didn't say it's a shitty show. I said it's a shitty Ozark.
How do I feel? Think about that thing that in life that you love very much, and just think this is the shitty version of that.
Yeah, so it could be worse.
Yeah. That applies across the board to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, David Denman is in it from The Office.
From the
American
Office?
version of The Office, yes.
Was he Michael Scott's
Who's
boss?
he?
No. He was Pam's.
Creed?
Nope. Pam's ex-fiance. What was his name in the show?
Oh,
Roy.
yeah.
Roy.
Okay, I know that guy.
Oh,
Roy.
he was in it?
I hate him.
And him and John Krasinski were in what was it? The one movie they just made about being in
Sound it out.
Afghanistan.
Oh, 13 hours?
13 hours,
Yeah.
yes. Him and John Krasinski were in that.
Okay.
So he's actually outside of The Office because he obviously didn't get too much screen time on The Office. He's starting to make a bit of a name for himself. So when I saw him in this, I thought that was pretty cool.
Are you trying to tease a Funko from The Office of his character that you're about to unveil? On this?
Oh, fuck no.
Tonight?
Oh,
No?
I got something way bigger than that, buddy.
Okay.
Way bigger than that.
He doesn't have a Funko yet.
That is a shame. I think you should write to Dear Mr. Funko. You don't know me, but I'm one of your biggest fans. I live in... Yeah, that's what you should do.
On it.
All right. Jimmy Pappas, thank you, man. I appreciate you giving the review, and I'm glad you got to stand to hear the shitty Ozark review that Cory just gave for your assignment.
Sorry, buddy.
Well,
Like I
thanks
said,
for
it
having me on
was,
as always.
it's not a bad pick. It's just it's not Ozark.
Oh, and if you don't remember, if you don't remember, that was my fourth pick for you. Remember, I was going
Yes,
down
it
all the
was,
line.
yeah.
I had to pull that. I pulled that one out of my ass. The only thing I would add to that too, just for other people that are
It's
listening.
wide open ass.
So it's in eastern Pennsylvania, small town, not too far out. It's kind of like in the in between the Poconos and Philadelphia. And it's just if there's anybody on here that are kind
Oh, no.
Damn it!
knows the area, because that's one of the other reasons I liked it, is because of knowing the area and spending time on the East Coast. All right.
All right, Jimmy.
All right, buddy.
Let us know when you want to come back. We always got to see for you.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
I think Jimmy and I should tour around watching movies together.
I think that would be fantastic. I think you should do a very quick just have him send you like audio clip of a similar review, and then you watch the same thing, and then you shit all over it at the end.
What are you doing?
What? Oh, I'm peeling.
Oh,
I've just been sitting here like absent-mindedly doing this.
Here, you want my skin flakes?
I can see it.
Yeah.
he's scratching his arm on the black tablecloth, and there's dusted Parmesan. It looks like someone dumped all. Oh,
Sorry.
good. Don't worry, it's on my floor
It's on
now.
the floor now.
Yeah. So
Well, you
that's fine.
vacuum the floor. You don't vacuum the table.
Sure. Yeah. I
I'm
will
sorry.
now.
I didn't even realize I was just like,
That is
shitty Ozark.
disgusting.
Got it. And this
Dude.
is from the last time I was out on the water with you guys.
Oh, you're so fucked when we go up north.
Dude,
Oh, I totally. No, this is my base.
Do you have
just get the base
SPF like 1,000?
I do.
That's coming with
do you
us?
have
Okay.
1,000.
psoriasis medication?
1,000. It's peeling skin. I'm so sorry.
It's a lot of peeling skin.
I will be personally washing your tablecloths, which I think I paid for this, by the way.
I don't care about the tablecloth. I care about my floor.
I'll run the fucking vacuum. So
Just
I need
snort
to
it.
do my review to close this out when I had Spycraft from Cory
Yes.
on Netflix. Mixcloud.
You know how many
He's like, oh, for
dead skin
God's sake.
particles are in your house that you don't know are there? They're everywhere.
Yeah, what do you think's on the futon that Cory sleeps on every weekend? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Semen?
Yes, I was gonna say a lot of jizz. A lot of jizz.
Todd, I'll just keep setting them up and you keep knocking them down. So Spycraft. So it's a documentary series on Netflix. I think there's like 10 episodes.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I watched the first 4 and it was super cool. I'm into that shit. So the first one was all about counterintelligence, I think, and then they went into, there was one about toxins and like poisons that you would use, and then there was another episode about like sexpionage, about
that was a good one.
using all that shit's fascinating. Doing something clandestine information gathering that governments do, and how they bug buildings and different sorts of, and the thing that always makes it interesting is like, give me some real world examples, and they start to go like 1985. Phil Henderson was on a travel one day, and that's the part. Like, oh yeah, tell me what happened to Phil Henderson.
And I think that was one of the coolest parts of the documentary in the series was that they do give a lot of real life examples for stuff that they can release and talk about.
Yeah.
So to kind of know like the behind the scenes stuff of some of things that you might never hear. Like, you don't think about that happening in the world today. Like, and that stuff is going on all the time.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah.
It has been for decades.
And, I mean, there could be things happening right next to you that you might not even know about.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought with the real world experiences and stories they mixed in there that you might actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to avoid in the way of spoilers, but, if that kind of thing is your bag, I highly recommend it. It was really entertaining. Time just kind of flew by. And so Netflix, Spycraft, documentary series. And I got to thank you, because at least there were no grisly triple homicides that I had to deal with.
No,
for
none of that.
The span of 2 hours.
Very, very informative, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of behind the scenes, in-depth stuff they discussed.
Yeah, then I appreciate that. So let's do new assignments for next week. And now next week is going to, so I don't know that we've really talked about this yet, but in case you're new to the podcast or have you missed last week's episode, don't blame you. Next week we're going to be on vacation.
Thank God.
Out in beautiful Oscoda, Michigan.
No,
we may end up doing a podcast that we will either record from there and then release later, or if let's say they've got some sort of system where the waves produce bandwidth, then we'll do a Facebook live stream. But
we'll try our damnedest to get at least a very simple live stream going.
Yeah, with like a Kodachrome camera. We'll have to wait for the picture to develop, and then we'll upload that picture to the internet of us talking.
That's what we'll do. But
so we'll do assignments for. If you don't end up getting to the movie this week, I think you get a pass. It's fine. I don't think I would hold anybody to like.
Yeah, no. Let's say this is for 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out.
Yeah,
yeah.
Everyone's gonna have a lot going on this week with trying to pack up and all that,
and close out work before taking the break. But, but if you have
time
and you do it, we'll take the review at the time.
I'm sure we'll have much other stuff to talk about up north than
maybe
movies. So
it'll count as time served.
Correct.
All right. So I have drawn Todd. Todd has drawn Cory. Cory has drawn me. Danielle has Nick, and Nick has Danielle.
Sorry, there's stuff floating in my drink, and I'm
Just-
not sure what it is.
Just skin particles.
Skin? Is it
It's
skin?
skin particles, exactly.
No, it's probably ice, Danielle.
It's black
So sorry. Did everybody hear who they got?
and gold.
I know I have you.
Yeah. So let's. We've got a shot sitting here that. I hate to.
It's probably, you know what it is? It's probably from that cap, because it was so cold. That cap is all gold.
Is it
Yeah, the cap on whatever the name of that crap is gold.
Goldschlager?
Rumchata.
Rum chata. Yeah, the cap is gold. See?
Oh, yeah. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's been
All
in
right.
it's been in the freezer.
Hey
so.
Todd, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking for my shot a little Crown Apple, and for my beer, I got a local beer. It's from the Snoqualmie Brewery called Sunnyside Citra Hopped IPA.
Gesundheit.
Disgusting.
Delicious.
Yep.
I think you just said thanks, Cory.
Yes. Yeah. I know.
No problem.
All right. Well, join us, please. We're gonna do a shot.
Cory,
Cheers, Todd.
clink.
Cheers. Salute.
Oh, now you guys want to hear that.
All right. So I'll jump in here. Thank you. I got Todd. Todd Dillon, have you seen The Big Short?
I have not.
Surprising.
Okay. That is what you've got, sir. I want to say it's Amazon Prime. I think it's free.
Okay.
But I can confirm for you.
All right. It's 16 Reasons Why, right?
Yeah, the 16 shorts.
The 16 shorts.
Right. All
The
right.
Martin Short special.
Yeah. Todd, you have Cory.
Cory,
Yes.
have you seen Condor?
No, I don't believe I have.
It's I watched on Apple TV, but it's on Epix.
Okay, we have Apple TV.
Is it Condor with a C or a K?
With a C.
Okay.
It's a series, season 1.
Okay. Cory, you have me.
Now, have you seen Ozark?
I have not.
Oh wow!
You mean the shitty Ozark or the good Ozark?
The good Ozark.
I have not seen Ozark.
I did want to leave that one for Nick, but if you haven't seen it,
It's funny
well,
because I
hold
was
on.
going to give it to him too.
You can ask Nick if Nick hasn't seen it.
So hot.
and you want to do it. I'll take something else. I don't care. It's on my to watch
no,
list anyway.
I'd be excited to hear what both you guys think about it. So
Okay.
Nick can get it sometime down the road. But yeah, go with Ozark.
What are you doing?
Continue.
Are you
It's-
taking a picture of my arm?
Continue.
Well, it's funny because that's what I was going to give him because I have him today.
Have we never come across this before?
I mean, I could give him something
If
different.
you've seen it,
Yeah, I've seen it.
We've both seen it.
I don't think you're
I guess-
breaking any rules.
There you go.
You liked it, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, I love Ozark. I keep checking to see when the last season's coming on.
I think it'd be an interesting exercise to have both of us give a review of the same thing.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Ozark, Nick.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, so who's left then?
Nick has me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So Danielle,
Yeah.
have you seen the Dead Poet Society?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen?
Why are you sending me this?
Excuse me, we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
Have
Which you interrupted to take a picture of that.
No. Shh. Have you seen House of Cards?
No.
Okay.
No.
Start
the U.S. or the
Yeah.
British one?
Start House of Cards on Netflix.
Okay.
Which
US
one?
US version.
Okay. Okay. Is that everybody? Are we done?
That is everyone.
Pretty short. Ozark.
So I think what they're hour episodes, so probably 2 episodes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Ozark's an hour too, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. I have no idea because I started as soon as I plugged in the SD card. I have no idea how far we in this episode. So are we at break time?
We'll give it another 5 minutes.
Well, you know what we can do.
You want to break now? And
No.
Oh no.
Funko This. Funko This.
He's so happy with himself.
I know.
He hasn't hurt himself in a couple of weeks, so
He hasn't hurt himself?
laugh at this.
Oh, hurt. I thought he said hurt.
Oh no, heard.
It's a violent laugh. He might have hurt himself. So what do we
I
got,
keep
Cory?
trying not to laugh. I swear I'm not.
You do a
trying to
great
laugh.
job
That
at it.
last bit.
I think you just make it worse when you try not to laugh at it.
I know.
I saw him start to dance a little.
I do. I love that beat.
All right, what do we got?
So this week is actually a huge week for Funko This.
Wow.
I've got two things.
Is it the last week?
Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
I've
Have you
got.
seen all the Funkos? No, you
I
haven't.
just want the satisfaction of knowing that you have actually completed and checked
No,
off,
no.
all the Funkos. Done.
No.
So here this week I have two for you guys.
Yeah.
But one is not for me. Being the good friend that I am, I can't let someone have a set that is not completed. So today, while Danielle and I were out and about, I picked up something for my good buddy Nick.
Oh God.
Who is CJ Parker without Mitch Buchanan?
Oh my God. You know what's funny is I was looking at the Pam Anderson today, and I was like,
I bet you were.
I swear to God, I was looking at the Pam Anderson one today, and I'm like, where's Mitch?
She's so lonely.
Swear to God to you, I'm like, I really need Mitch Buchanan. I thought that about 40 minutes ago. So you must have smelled what I was.
Found him today.
Well, thank you so much.
And that was a hard find. That was
Oh,
a very hard find. He's got the chest hair and everything.
oh yeah. I'm legitimately excited about this.
Those short gray curlies.
You're lucky because you almost got one that was subpar to Mitch Buchanan, and luckily I set that down and found Mitch Buchanan later in the day.
Corey, everyone is subpar to Mitch Buchanan.
Okay.
So that is the first part of Funko This for this week.
Oh, it's a two-parter?
It's a two-parter.
All I got to say to Bob's finger wagging is never hassle the Hoff. All right?
Are you going to play the music again?
I could.
The Funko music?
Yeah, it's two Funko.
It's a two-parter.
Oh,
Funko This. Funko This.
It was a quieter laugh that time.
unbelievable. Yeah.
So the second part for Funko This week
Wait,
is
second out of two, right? There's not three fucking parts to this.
no. There's only two parts.
I just wanted to know how many more times I
like,
got.
I can't
No,
do
just
this
that's it.
anymore
That's
than
it.
two.
Okay, good.
Just this one.
Oh, okay then.
He's got little Baywatch patches on his arm.
I just so all the viewers can see how excited Nick is over this doll that he's gotten today.
Yeah.
Collectible.
I
Don't ever let him finger wag over a doll again.
legitimately am.
Okay.
So here you guys go.
Oh, Walter. So
Finally
Oh, wow.
got my hands on a Walter Sobchak from The Big Lebowski.
Are those legitimately reflective sunglasses that he's wearing? For some reason, they look like they're either half full of water or they're
Like
No,
mirror.
they are actually tinted.
Like mirror.
Yeah. So you can see without the studio light on it, you can actually see through
His
the
eyes,
glasses.
too?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, through the movie.
But
Do
when
they
what?
come off the glasses?
No.
But
But
you
in
won't
the-
ever know that because you're never going to open.
But in the
I already
movie,
did. Oh, dude, he's right
Yeah?
next to the dude.
Corey, in the movie,
Okay.
they were like shooting glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
so you
what-
could see his eyes.
Yeah. So when without that light directly on him, you can see his eyes.
Okay.
So this was
Wow.
an eBay find of mine that had to do some haggling on. But out
He
of
dethroned poor Ron Swanson from the wall.
well, he has to go next to the dude on the wall. So
Of course, yeah. And you're saying there's not enough room.
They have a special one Funko only shelf.
What?
They're like a little shelf.
I have
The dude has one.
two little floating shelves right next to my desk,
And
one
now
for the
Walter
dude
has
and one for Walter.
Oh, so you've ranked them, your
Yes.
Funkos. Okay.
Well, these two I have.
Okay. But you're not like people who buy a lot of books. They sometimes they put them in like alphabetical order. Sometimes they put them by author, whatever. Do you list them by the series, or do you go like, oh, this is number 82, and therefore
we
you go
have-
after 81?
Like all the shows of the characters that we have, we put those all together, and then like upstairs right now we have in the living room all the Office and Schitt's Creek are on the shelves.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So, in a series like Baywatch, where they're all in the same uniform, the only thing I don't like about Funkos is like what is the defining characteristic that this is Mitch Buchanan and not like Hobie or like one of the other characters, Mitch's son, or one of the other characters, like guys with brown hair. You know, like
The
face,
chest hair.
The face is just mongoloid-esque with giant eyes.
Aren't all Funkos the same?
I mean, they try to do a good job, like with Walter having the shooting glasses on.
Yeah.
And there's a couple coming up that you guys will definitely see the differences that they make in the face. That
Okay.
You'll be really excited. It's going to be a while, but you'll be really excited.
I would like if you're listening out there, and we know you're not, text or call into 618 Shocker and let us know if Funko This is a segment that you follow regularly. If you're excited to see like what did Cory get this week, I want to know what your fan base is. I really do. I feel
hope
like it's
I hope
bigger than
there's some
zero.
people out there.
Right. I just
would
don't know
hope
how
so.
big. Yeah, so let us know. Just give us a thumbs up. All you got to do is just text a thumbs up. It takes just a second. Quick emoji, thumbs up to Funko This. That's all you got to do.
So there you go. That is this week's amazing. I've been dying all week to get this out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was already
Very exciting.
I was already excited about Walter, and then we came across Mitch today, and I was like, I can't just leave him sitting there on the shelf and not buy him for Nick.
Of course,
So
why would you do that?
Well, I'm going to buy you a drink for that. It's very exciting.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a break on that. We can't
On
top
that note.
that. Yeah, let's take a break.
I actually might make up like a little 1-inch square area and fill it with beach sand and put them in.
that'd be pretty sweet. I would be pretty impressed with that. I would be pretty impressed.
Please.
You built a tower out of popsicle sticks?
I was gonna say, where's the little chair?
They're called towers, Danielle. Okay.
Whatever. I wasn't a lifeguard.
Yeah. Well, a few people.
None
are.
of us were in this room.
Few people
period.
are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. Oh, that's not it. It's because I had to play that Funko This theme again.
Yeah.
Back to the second half of episode 129 for Schnozzcast. Thanks for sticking with us. We got Mr. Todd Dillon out there.
I'm here.
Excellent, sir. How was your break, Todd?
It was a great break.
All right, we're going to jump into it with a little 90-second sports.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90-second sports.
All right. We love this segment because Todd gets to wax philosophical about something that we never get to talk about, which is sports, for 90 straight seconds.
Thanks, Danielle. Okay, Todd. You geared
Yes.
up? You ready for 90-second sports?
I'm ready. Let's bring it.
People can actually hear you this time?
Let's bring it.
Okay, we're going to bring it. 90-second sports being brought to the head by Mr. Todd Dillon starts now.
Sweet. So, Medina Spirit, Kentucky Derby, cheater. They're still testing P, and I know. We've been talking about this for a long time, so I'm actually going to change it up a little bit because that third, they've already tested twice, and there's a third test from a split pea sample to see if that horse really cheated and Soup and a Sandwich really won the thing. So anyway, I heard the worst thing ever today. There are injuries in sport all the time, but a young man by the name of Victor Hovland pulled out of the U.S. Open that's going on this weekend because he injured himself. And can I get in? How can you hurt yourself on the golf course? Plenty of ways, right? You can hit a great shot, celebrate, jump in the air, land, twist your ankle. You could fall into a sand trap, hit your head on the rake.
On the business end of the rake.
Yeah, you could swing so hard you split your pants or tear a hammy. You could do all manner of things. But today, a young man, actually not today, yesterday, Victor Hovland pulled out because while he was practicing in the sand, he hit a shot and some sand got in his eye. Some sand. And then he tried to gut it out for 6 holes. Then he couldn't see. And he quit playing golf because he had sand in his eye. I don't know if they make water out at Torrey Pines or if they don't check
And
the
that's
golfers
90-second sports, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, your time is up.
Jose!
Solid 90 seconds, though.
But if you want to hear the rest of that, tune into Todd Dillon's TikTok at, what's the address, Todd?
D's nuts _3232. Not 3233. 3232. D's nuts.
Follow him on TikTok.
Tic-tac.
All right, Todd, get your Crown Royal Apple out. We're going to do another shot.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Get
And
out the Crown Royal, yeah.
It's not even 6 p.m. out there where Todd's at.
It's
Trying
not.
to think about the 6P.
It is still very bright in the back of Todd.
I'm watering my lawn.
In the back of Todd is pretty bright.
Yeah, not so much the front.
It was
Exactly. After I'm watering the wide open ass.
It was pretty bright at Schnozzcast Studios patio when we were just out there. It's still sun's still beaming. So grab what you got and do a shot if you got a coffee. That's okay too. It could be morning when you're listening to us. Don't feel bad about it if it is morning and you're the type of person that likes to indulge in a libation in the morning. If you're not and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that's all they do is drink. Grab yourself a Mountain Dew or a Sprite.
Or get some Jameson and make it an Irish coffee.
Or a water. And
Put some whiskey in it.
Don't worry. That grass is not going to cut itself. But grab a scalding hot coffee on this hot day, pound it, get on your riding mower, and listen to the Schnozzcast. But join us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hats off to your dad, too, Cory, for always drinking scalding hot coffee at 100-degree morning at 8 a.m. Right before he was supposed to do some yard work.
8 a.m. It was 8 a.m., then 9 a.m., and then 10 a.m., and then 12 and 1. Dude, it was all throughout the day.
Yeah.
I thought he came over to supervise glass block window installation.
He did.
At 7 a.m. in shorts, no shirt, long white tube socks, and a scalding hot coffee.
That is exactly what happened. And by the way, it was the same outfit, probably the same exact outfit, that when he came over to help take down that giant pine tree that we had in front
I'm
of the
sure it
house.
was the exact same.
Yeah.
That's his getting stuff done outfit.
Oh, yeah, he got shit done.
And I can also guarantee you that when he came over with that coffee, it was not in a styrofoam cup or a disposable cup.
No.
It was in one of the glasses, the octagonal mugs that my mom bought.
Octagonal.
Sure, that too.
Thank you.
That he would actually leave the house with and take them in the car and drive.
It was
with,
glass?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he would drive with an actual coffee mug,
Holding it.
while at any point he could hit a bump or something, and it would just be chaos all over the car.
Old school dudes don't spill their hot ass coffee. They drive and the coffee stays in the cup.
Dude, I'll tell you, Todd, he had a knack for it because literally, again, the coffee cups, and my mom would always yell at him, Michael, why the hell are you taking the coffee cups out of the house? But he'd always walk right down the driveway with the glass coffee cup.
So typically glass is not used for coffee. It's, that's like the old ship glasses, like they had like the dimples on it, like the octagonal ones that were like all glass clear.
It was clear.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if you thought hard enough, you'd probably remember that because we also
I remember exactly. Does your mom still have it, or did
she got rid of those years ago.
Probably smart move.
We also had like matching a 16-ounce glasses and like orange juice glasses. So it was a set that they got.
Yeah.
And my dad, he would always take one of those with him, no matter where he went.
Now, did anybody ever, like for Christmas or his birthday, ever try to get him like a travel mug?
That's
And a bottle
funny,
of Brute?
buddy. That's funny.
Just to try to like see if you could.
The only two things he carried coffee in
Yeah.
was either the glass clear mug from the house that he
Right.
shouldn't have been taking with him anywhere,
Okay.
or the little 10-ounce styrofoam cups that they had at the back desk of the police station.
Oh, yeah.
And he would literally have a stack of those in his city car,
Yeah.
10 high, in the cup holder.
Okay.
Because he would leave work with one, drink it on the way home, and then just put it right with the collection.
I've never met anyone in my life who drank as much coffee as your dad.
It was disgusting. Hence, most likely why I do not care for it, and I look at coffee or taste, I'm like, this is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, but I can see a lot of parallels and similarities between you and your dad, and just the stories that I hear. He's very particular, and when he gets something he loves, that's what he's going to do. And that you guys kind of both have that when you're set in your ways. Like this is I want my favorite mug. I want to drink what I like out of this specific. If that wrench was thrown into the gears, if I came downstairs one day and handed you your Coors Light in a coffee mug, you would not continue on the podcast. You'd be like, Okay, now where is my Yeti cup? This is not going to happen.
I mean, true.
This is not going to happen.
But I don't know. I guess he could have, because he definitely could have advanced. At least I'm willing to advance beyond my ways in a lot of stuff when it comes to
I think that's
getting newer products and things of that nature. His was cut off at a glass coffee cup. Like
that wasn't his idea. He was told,
no,
this is what we drink coffee out of at home.
At home, but yes, that was also his road.
Oh, you're leaving
glass.
the home?
I just take it with me.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
But also with like the certain shoes you buy and things like that. Like your dad was a simple man in the sense where he's like, yep, I want my white New Balances and I want my long white socks. And you're specific, like, fuck that. I cannot wear socks, but I need these slip-on shoes. They have to, like, there are a lot of parts of your day, like your everyday routine, that if disrupted, your whole day would be fucked up. Like if you didn't have your specific, like if Danielle took all the shoes that you own out of your house and set a pair of white New Balances by the door, and we're like, we're going to Nick's.
Like, well, I guess I'm just going back to bed.
you wouldn't do slippers. You wouldn't do it. And seemingly, like it sounds as if the opposite was true. Like if you removed all your dad's white New Balances and we're like, here you got these blue slip-ons, he'd be like, okay, no. Where are my shoes?
I will say we finally did get him into a pair of not exactly flip-flops, but like slide-on sandals, kind of like the Jesus sandals.
Yeah.
And once he found out how comfortable they were and how free his feet were, because that was once he got in the house, shoes and tube socks were gone, and you'd never see them again.
Yeah.
But it was outside when he was walking around that he always had that on. So once I can't even remember. I'm sure my mom got him from Kohl's, but bought him for him, and he tried them on while they were golfing, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Now
was Mike also a shirtless wonder?
That's where I. That's
100%.
That's
yeah.
100%.
That's where I get it from. My dad.
If he wasn't working and it wasn't wintertime out.
Oh, even in the winter.
Yeah, in the winter.
Oh yeah,
no shirt.
I mean,
in the house, but not outside.
I mean, if he knew he was only going from the house to the garage, he'd go outside.
Okay.
Like to get the mail or something.
Oh, that came into the house. But if he had to walk out to the garage or go to his car, no shirt.
Wow.
Ever.
Well, that's kind of funny how those things trickle down, because my dad, and I get asked this a lot sometimes, but like my dad, and I always wear a white T-shirt, and I always wear a white T-shirt to bed, always. And I know Cory and I have gone back and forth about this. Cory's like, I never. How do you wear that to bed? I could never wear a shirt to bed.
You feel like you're constricted?
Oh, I would probably die in my sleep.
But my grandfather and my dad always had a white T-shirt. Always went to bed in a white T-shirt.
Right.
So it's
maybe everyone's got their own thing.
Subconscious things that are passed down.
No, I definitely agree with that. Except for the coffee.
There should be some growth. There should be some learning from your elders and going like, okay, I'm going to take the things that I like and keep those, and the things I don't like, put those aside.
There's a lot that I've disregarded and been like, nope, I'm never doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stuff we talk about on here, there's definitely a lot of similarities and other stuff that I would be like, no, like the coffee. That's just never going to happen.
I will say this: if you wear socks to bed, you're psychotic. So there's no way.
Yeah, well, you're sitting next. You're sitting next to a psycho apparently, because the look you just got.
If it's wintertime and it's cold, my fucking feet are cold.
Oh my God, no! That is, I can't. So there was a thing online I remember, and it talked about the over/under toilet paper.
Yeah.
And it did a vote with a very, very large amount of people, and the under rollers were the minority.
Psychos.
Yeah, they are fucking psychos. It was the minority of the under rollers, and it was like something like 19% of people, and the rest of the people are like, no. So much to the effect that they came up with, they found the instructions for the first roll of toilet paper where it showed how to put it on, and it was It was over the top.
Yeah.
So that being said, it went down the list of like isms that make you absolutely crazy. And one of them was, if you wear socks to bed, we can't be friends.
Oh, most definitely. Dude,
I have a clarifying question.
Yes, yes, Todd.
I have an over and under. It doesn't matter to me. I'm ambidextrous.
Go ahead.
Like
So
neither one bugs me. What does that make me?
You're a fucking monster.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about toilet paper or the socks to bed?
Toilet paper.
Well, toilet paper. And by the way, I have a caveat for that. I don't wear socks to bed as a rule, but if my feet are cold when I go to bed, I know that I won't be able to fall asleep. So I'll put my socks on, and instinctively, as soon as my body temp is correct, I will kick those socks off in the middle of the night, and they end up on the floor next to the bed. I never ever wake up in the morning with those socks on.
No.
But the feet are the heat regulators. And that is kind of, so I do go to bed with socks on sometimes, but I never ever wake up the next day with those socks on.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, 70% of it's like 70 or 80% of your body heat is lost through your head and your feet, which is, they said one time on TV, so seemingly if you had a good hat and a pair of socks, I think it was Seinfeld that said that, you could go skiing naked, but yeah,
your dangler would shrink though.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation, not with the shrinkage, but I've been in that situation where, it's been cold and I've had
Too small to shrink.
I've had the Aussie merino wool winter socks that are I'll tell you right now, are the most fucking comfortable socks you ever get.
Yeah.
But I've gone to bed, and even if I'm let's say it's an after podcast thing or something like that, and it's winter, and my conscious mind is not making the correct decisions, by the time I wake up, they're gone. They're off. They will never stay on my foot. My body is like, what are you doing? And there's other times that I've laid down and I've been like, something's not right. What is going on? Why am I not as comfortable as I should be in this wonderful bed? And then I'm like, because these socks are on. Yeah.
But this, so the same thing for me. I'll do smoke. Let's say I'm smoking a pork shoulder or a brisket, and so it's a long smoke, and so I'll get up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to make sure that everything is. I don't put socks on. I will be up because my feet are cold.
Stop. Rewind. Start that story one more time. You're out smoking a pork shoulder at 3 a.m.
Yep. And so I started it before that, but I check in on it in the middle of the night. So I'm up before I'm really ready to get up. And so I go outside to make sure that all is good. And while I'm out there, because I just throw on some slippers, my feet might get cold. And if I go back to bed and my feet are cold, I won't sleep one wink while my feet are out of whack because they're cold. So I got to put socks on at least until I get them to the right temperature, and then I can kick them off, and then I can fall back asleep.
Billy Joel does that in the middle of the night. He goes walking in his sleep. He's said it several times.
So does Bryson DeChambeau from playing in the U.S. Open. He got up in the middle of the night to work out his swing, and he's doing well today.
I think I can encapsulate this. This is the difference between turning from a man in your, mid-20s, early 30s to a man in your late 40s, early 50s. Where when I was a young man, my sock drawer was divided into two parts: dress socks and regular white socks. And as you grow up and you get older, now there's no more dress socks I've got maybe two pairs of dress socks in there, but now it's half regular low cut white athletic socks, and the other half are thick ass merino wool socks for when it's fucking cold in my house. And that's crazy, Todd. That's just getting old.
I have probably 200 pairs of dress socks, and I got my solids, and I got my patterns.
200 pairs
of dress socks. Absolutely. You have the right socks for the right occasion, brother. Yeah, I got solids, I got patterns, I got smooth. Absolutely. I got Argyle. I got I have German socks for when I'm wearing my lederhosen. And then when it comes to sports socks,
don't try to appeal.
I got my black low cuts, I got my 3/4 low cuts, I got my highs, I probably have 9 different types of winter sock.
Do you have your Will Cosby socks?
What's a Will Cosby?
Like a sweater print sock. Like the Scuba the Bebop socks.
Oh my God!
I got some of those. That's in my pattern section.
Pattern section. Yeah, these don't all fit in one drawer, Todd. Do you have like a back?
Oh no, I have
a Tupperware bin full of socks.
No exaggeration. I have 7 sock drawers.
Oh my God!
You have a sock dresser.
I do.
Who's looking at your feet?
Everyone, apparently.
Dude, Dude, you got to wear the right socks for the right thing.
So what socks go with the Steve Harvey collection suits?
It depends. Sometimes, again, it depends on where you're going. Sometimes if it's a formal business event, I stick with the solids. Or if it's a business event that's forward thinking, I might wear a crazy pattern like these kids do.
So
it depends.
When you're someone's uncle in your best Easter lavender suit, what socks
Absolutely.
are you wearing?
Well, am I going to somebody's house or am I going to church?
Church,
solid. And I'm going to either wear. I'm either going to wear a black or I'm going to offset it with a blue or something like that. With that Levander in blue looks good.
Would you say that socks are your Funkos?
No, that's just normal human living.
Todd, can we have a segment called "Sock It to Me" with Todd Dillon? where you
I'll record the song. I'll record the song tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, make it happen, Todd.
Sock it to me.
We got to have some kind of 70s disco in the background.
Corey, how many socks do you have in your drawer? How many pairs?
I think 3.
3 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
And what type of socks are these 3 pairs?
I have
barely socks.
Fancy, everyday use.
Everyday fancy.
I have 2 pairs of wool socks.
Fancy guest.
And I take that back. There's several pairs, but they're the same. Because when I was
the same.
When I was wearing boots at work every day, I had knee-high black tube socks.
Okay.
And then I have knee-high.
He had really short pants.
Green wool socks.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Not anymore.
Yes, Todd.
You got rid of all of them?
Okay, so who here has a pair of Nike shoes?
Me.
No one.
I do.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you wear Adidas socks with your Nike shoes?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what the socks say.
Dude, so that's where we're different. You're getting it wrong. I wear Adidas socks when I wear Adidas. I wear
Swag.
Nike socks when I wear
color. I don't
Nikes. I wear my Pumas when I wear my Pumas. So when I go golfing, if I'm wearing my Adidas golf shoes on a sunny day, but when I'm wearing my Rainers, I'm wearing my Pumas.
See, now Bob just said he looks at color. I don't see the world in color. So
Exactly, me either. I'm
when I put
colorblind.
my socks
that's
on.
the difference between us.
The only difference between you and me, Todd, is I'm not sponsored by Adidas or Nike, so I don't care which socks I wear with what shoes I wear, as long as
You got to coordinate. The stuff needs to match. You look like
I
a
do.
freaking
Black shoes.
So
black
clearly,
socks.
when you
White
had your
shoes,
garanimals,
white
you were
socks.
wearing alligators and elephants.
No,
What are you doing?
white shoes. White shoes call for white socks. Black shoes call for black socks.
That is not so.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Or do you wear white socks with your black shoes?
We need a 5-minute segment on dress etiquette.
Don't ask Michael Jackson what color socks he wore with his black shoes.
I think we all know.
I did want to
Jamon.
to officially move over into the Midnight Burbling section. I had something I wanted to run by you guys. So last night, Lori and I were out in the backyard having a fire and just chit-chatting, and we were talking about...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were talking...
Lori's got red hair, by the way.
We were talking about the pressures that you feel when you're a young 20-something, dealing with, like, living on your own, like, first apartment, you got a job, trying to make ends meet, that kind of stuff. And she goes... yeah, when I was in my early 20s, I just really wanted a vacation from it. I thought, man, if I could just spend some time in one of those sanatoriums, that'd be great.
Yeah. That we can make that happen.
You picked a winner, Bob.
I said,
You said she's
Yeah.
coming over after the camera?
oh yeah,
Okay.
she is.
Oh, this is
You gotta go.
fantastic. Yeah.
Nick,
I'm like, so at sanatorium where the nuts are, where the crazy people are. And she goes, yeah, they have those sweet Adirondack chairs out on the lawn, and you could just sit there and you don't have a care in the world. You don't have your responsibilities, nothing to do, all the freedom that you want.
It always comes back to the lawn with Lori.
has she ever seen any sort of documentary on how those places were ran and the conditions that those people lived in?
I do not know. That's a question for later tonight.
Does she know why they just sit there like they don't have a care in the world? Because they're heavily medicated.
That was my point. And she said, yeah, well, there's going to be like a butler that brings out my medication
a butler
on a silver tray and brings it out to me. I'm like, no, that shit doesn't. You have to go up to the window. She's like, no, I don't.
They're
go
also
up to the
called
window.
orderlies, and they force you to take it if you don't.
Yes.
Bob, has anyone ever told you what a red flag is?
I thought it was. I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd heard from. I'm like, I don't think you know what a sanatorium is, and she's like, no, I'm aware. Just you don't have any worries or concerns.
You're in a
Because
straitjacket?
you're highly
Well,
medicated.
hold on a second. What was the name of the thing? So we talked about the postal Kellogg's thing from a sanatorium, right?
Did we?
That was we briefly touched on when Todd watched Foods That Built America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was the same thing that Kellogg was running, right?
Yes.
That looks like a pretty nice setup. I think she's onto something.
Back then that would have probably been fine. As long as you had family to back you and pay for that care. Because it's not, I understand the person doesn't care, the patient doesn't care and have a care in the world. But without someone funding that, you don't have that.
Well, she was saying like, no, she would just like voluntarily like check herself in.
No, they won't.
She wouldn't be committed as
Bob,
much as she just wanted
Well,
to.
no,
She was
there's
like, this is a vacation.
You understand there's only one.
Wrap it up.
You understand
Wrap
there's
it
only
up.
one way to do it, is be committed. That's the only way you get into a place like that. You can't just voluntarily take yourself in.
Sure, you can.
All
Oh, no,
I'm
you
thinking-
can, Post.
you can-
That's the whole
you can
thing.
check yourself
Post
in.
turned himself in. Absolutely, he was feeling stressed.
No,
Yeah, you can.
no, not anymore.
Maybe not anymore,
You
but
can-
30 years ago, you could.
You can voluntarily submit yourself to be evaluated by mental health, but if they deem that you're not worthy to have that sort of treatment, then they're not going to keep you.
You're going to go through some sort of an evaluation.
It's usually a 3-day.
I was going to say it's going to happen in 72 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
roll in with your Nike socks and your Adidas shoes, and then shit on the floor, and I'm sure they'll freaking.
I think
set
she
you
was
right
just
up.
looking for a 3-day vacation.
I mean, all you got to do is that picture on the lawn, and you go with her and just be like, Doc, check this out.
Here you go.
That would be me having her committed.
She's
Not
an
her checking
educator,
herself
and
in.
she's with kids all the time. Done.
To-
Where's my
to
butler?
To be clear, this was when she was in her early 20s, and she thought that would be a nice
Conversation to
to
have when she's 50.
I mean, yeah.
So basically, she wants to be supervised constantly, have all her daily duties and movements restricted,
She
and
did
be
not
heavily
see it.
medicated.
She did not see it that way. She did not.
What
see
did she
it.
see? Just she can sit on the lawn in her backyard.
She's seeing the good
I
part,
think I pointed that out.
and I'm with her.
But she thought that similar freedom on the lawn in your own backyard was what she would get at the sanatorium.
All I
she
picture
could-
is like
no,
one
that's not. No,
one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Like that's all I picture.
Me too. Because
Anytime anybody says sanatorium.
Okay, so
that's
so
what I
here's what we do.
imagine.
Here's
Yeah.
what we do. Okay.
okay. Hold,
Lori?
just to be fair, we don't. I don't know that this requires action.
No, it does.
Okay.
It does now.
This
Yeah.
is clearly still
Sorry,
bothering.
Lori.
It's still
All right.
bothering her.
Come on
so,
over.
So what you do? You outfit.
No, it's not bothering her.
You outfit the backyard gates with locks that only you have the key to.
Okay.
And you have small little disposable.
Are we talking about your backyard?
No, hers.
Oh, damn it.
No, she's not coming here.
Why not?
After all this, I don't know if I even want her coming after the podcast, but little small like waffle paper cups, fill them up with some placebos and some very heavy drugs.
Well, there should be actual drugs in
Yeah, it has some heavy ones. And
Would there be like a guy named Ficus bringing them out on like a silver
wear
tray?
wear your
He'd be called Nick.
wear your finest white pants and button up white shirt.
Yep.
And just tell her you're not leaving. Sit in your chair and take this medication. And she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I've waited so long." for
This is
someone
the
to do
vacation of a lifetime.
This is. Are we engaged? This is my honeymoon. This is amazing. This is so amazing right now.
So this is your plan. That's what I should.
It's not my plan. Clearly, I
you
know
just
whose
told
plan
me.
it is.
Okay, whose plan is it?
I mean, how does she have to draw you a picture? This is what she wants.
I don't. This wasn't a cry for help, as far as I'm aware.
If she gets out of control, we'll all walk in the white outfits and be like, "Hold on, ma'am,
Oh.
ma'am."
The people that she knows, in the way that's
Yeah,
what's going to bring her out of the funk.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And we'll call the city of Livonia and get her house condemned.
Wait, what?
Well, she's
Why
not
is that?
fit to stay in her home.
So the whole house is condemned?
Yes.
But she's removed from the. How would you get to condemning a house after that?
Because she is not fit to make her own decisions. So you would be given power of attorney.
Wow.
She wants the whole experience, doesn't she?
Do you want to give her the whole experience?
No. I don't want to give her anything. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, all right. Well, so I'm not sure if there was a specific end result I was looking for here, other than just I thought it was a really funny story. But since Danielle is here, I always love to do this when she's here. I want to do 100 questions, in which Danielle picks a number between 1 and 100. I will tell you if it's been picked before, but go ahead. What's that?
Oh, check your phone real quick.
Check your phone. Go ahead, Danielle. Give me a number between 1 and 100.
5.
5. It's not been picked before. Ooh, interesting. So to the group, the question is, what would you change about yourself if you could? Tell me if we've already done this before.
Yes.
We have done this before. Yes. From this list, or you think it was maybe one of Nick's existential questions?
I thought it...
That's fine. Go ahead and pick another number, Danielle.
22.
22. You've picked it already.
Damn it. 25.
25. Who is your favorite author?
That is.
I feel like you want to start with Todd Dillon.
Question.
You want to stick with this one or pick again?
I don't care.
Okay, let's stick with it then.
I read books, so I don't.
Well, why don't you go first?
Wow.
I read books. bitches.
Why'd
you don't know me.
Because I feel like you made that comment towards me for some reason.
No.
Oh.
I'm saying that's in general. It's
I was
not
like, I read.
I read a book. I know how to read, bitch.
I can read. Yeah.
I read good.
Maybe we should go on because some of us don't know how to read. All right, Danielle, who's your favorite author? Take your time.
I mean, I read a ton of like Nicholas Sparks books,
Okay.
so probably him.
Is he the Notebook guy?
Yes,
Okay. So probably every woman has read Nicholas Sparks at some point.
I would assume so.
Big. Okay. And that was is your favorite author or the one that you've read the most of his works?
Both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it would be either her. It would either be him or J.K. Rowling, just because of the Harry Potter. Those are very well
Okay.
written.
When was the last time you read a Nicholas Sparks book?
It's been a while.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When was the last time you read a book?
I tried to read one. I have one that I got last year. It was part of the Hunger Games series, and I mean, I like it.
It's not leaping
just,
off the shelf at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you leave tonight going like, yeah, I should probably pick that book up?
I might bring it on vacation.
Yeah?
Maybe.
It is your vacation. Because fuck Cory, you're doing what you want on your vacation.
Well, when people are sleeping, you have to do what you want.
There you go. Todd, do you have a favorite author you got?
I do. I still have to say, my favorite author is John Maxwell.
I feel like I know that name. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's
The 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, man. He's a lot of leadership and business and execution books. So love the way that he writes, and the topics resonate with me. So John C. Maxwell, got to be my go-to. But I love Stephen Covey. There's a bunch of leadership. Again, I don't read a lot of fiction stuffs, but I love leadership books, and Covey and Maxwell's got to be he's my favorite.
Todd, do you recall the name of the book or the title of the book that you bought when I was working for you out of Massachusetts? Oh, no. We were still in Michigan, working for you, and you were trying to figure out how best to handle one of your peers that was giving you trouble. Do you remember the name of the book?
I don't know. I have a lot of books around that. How to work with people you don't like. That wasn't it. I have a ton of. I'm looking over at my library here to see if I can
remember this specifically because there was one.
What would Machiavelli do?
That's the one.
Yes.
That is
what would Machiavelli do? Yes. That is an awesome read.
Yeah, and it at the time, so there was somebody who shall remain nameless, who was not one of your direct reports, but someone that you had to work with a lot, and that your whole team had to work with a lot. Yep. And this person was flummoxing you as to how to deal with their particular approach, which was not very. It was causing problems, I guess to say. So you picked up this book, and I remember that you would. Part of the things that one of the things that the book tended to espouse was you need to keep people off balance. So
yes,
yes,
let's just you gotta have a freaking rage your shit fit for no good like during a happy session. You're like, happy birthday! Fuck you! Things are going wrong.
So there'd be some guy that Todd needed to talk to that he had the power over, just because of his title and his stature. He'd call the guy into his office, and it would be like flowers and kumbaya, just giving him all sorts of kudos and attaboys and way to go on this particular project. And man, you were just an asset to the organization. And then he would call the same guy in the next day, and
like, why are you here?
Just humiliate him.
Exactly.
In the office.
Why are we even mailing you a paycheck?
If it was up to me, you would be out of here today, right now.
Mr. Todd Dillon.
Yes.
So, I had to step away for a second because we're just doing some tests with the audio. But so what exactly were you two talking about? Because I was away.
It's only one.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, you and Bob.
We were covering the topic of your favorite authors, and I described. I explained that John C. Maxwell is probably my favorite author, I think, and then I said also like Covey's a close second. And then Bob we went back down memory lane around that's much whatever you did fixed it. Anyway, we went down memory lane around what book I bought because I was having trouble working with someone in our office and playing nicely with them.
Uh-huh.
And I purchased a book called What Did Machiavelli Do? And I highly recommend it to anyone because it is a blueprint as to how not to behave. And if you're going to try and leverage it, you literally need to commit yourself to it because it has to be authentic. You have to be real.
Uh-huh.
But it was a great blueprint for me. I enjoyed it. And I actually was able to leverage some of the skills and tools in that by, like as Bob said, keeping people off balance. And so I would like one day with the same person, like be schmoozing them up and like, oh, you're the best. And then the next day, like literally nothing's changed. And I'd like just totally be like, you suck ass. I can't believe that we actually send you a paycheck. And I was like totally like the schizophrenic counterpart. It was, a great book. In fact, it's funny that Bob mentioned it because I'm like staring at my bookshelf now because I'm going to grab it. It is a great, you can read it in a day. Mm-hmm. I love the book just because it's so freaking outlandishly stupid. But the themes do work.
Wow. I'll be honest. I probably don't have like a favorite author that I can necessarily remember. But so I don't know how much my input's going to really make a difference on this segment, but we can switch over to a Nick's existential question. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Or I could give my favorite author.
Yeah. We hope.
Elmore Leonard, the guy who wrote Get Shorty, Rum Punch.
Mick just testing the audio. He's going to see how it works out.
Wow. Okay. So every time the guy died, he lived in Birmingham. He lived in Michigan, real close to us. And every time he wrote, I think one of the last 10 years of his life, he would always do like a book signing and like readings from the book at the Barnes & Noble up in Birmingham. So went up there a bunch and got a couple of signed first editions from him. I thought it was great, and it's just very, very fiction. A lot of connections between Detroit and Florida, and a ton of issues with the neighborhoods. If you ever watched Justified, the series with Tip Littlefound, that's based on it.
Okay.
You ever check them out? It's pretty fantastic. So,
Do you have one?
Tom Clancy would be my pick.
excellent pick. Excellent. When was the last time you picked up the Clancy?
You know what? To be honest with you, I read Rainbow Six over and over and over again.
Really?
Like, usually once a year.
Okay. Whole thing cover to cover?
Yeah.
And so you've read it as recently as like a year ago?
Yeah. Probably coming up on a year, yes.
Do you find that rereading the book brings other things? Like, do you get like some deeper enjoyment every time you read it?
Yeah. Well, some of the story like starts to actually like stick in your head, and you remember parts of it, but then you're also able to like remember other parts you kind of just I don't want to say skimmed over, but you read it and you didn't realize the detail that was there. So then having the base of the actual story and the knowledge of what the book is, and then rereading it, you pick up on some stuff that your mind just kind of completely tossed out because you're like, I don't know where this fits in or how it fits in. But when you reread it, it has its place and it fits in somewhere.
So is it like a good movie that you watch every once in a while where you're like, you don't quite remember the whole plot?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
All right.
Which and that's for some reason that is one of his books. They have not. They've made a video game off of it,
Yeah.
but have never made a movie off of it.
I thought they were doing a new series on Amazon Prime. It was Michael B. Jordan, the guy who played Creed.
Yes, they are making it. It's loosely based on it.
Okay, but it's not a Rainbow Six.
No,
They're
they're
playing John Clark, the guy who.
the lead of Rainbow Six.
Right, but it's not a Rainbow Six.
No, I'm waiting for the actual like full on Rainbow Six
Okay.
movie. That's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. All right, sir. How far are we here?
I'm at 153 minus the break. So,
Is Todd still with us, or is Todd talking to Nick in the bathroom?
no, Todd's here.
All right. Todd, speak up.
He's trying to speak now. Now he's going now.
He's gone now?
Well, he's on camera, but his audio feed is down. So
Okay.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
yeah, I don't know. Hang on.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Oh man.
Todd, hold on.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so the only thing I can figure out after doing some of these audio tests, so
We can't hear you at all, Nick.
we went from the static that we had last week to just when, and it was predominantly Bob was talking, but that doesn't mean it was coming from his mic. It was happening with all of us. It does not happen with Todd, which tells me that it's not.
Yeah, everybody can hear me. We can't hear you guys.
It's not a connection issue. My only thing that I can possibly venture against would be that converter, that white converter that you have to work. That would be the only thing in between the new cable and our audio that would be causing that issue. Maybe that was what failed. Because we went from staticky, not as bad as last week, to like as if we had one microphone in the middle of the room and cut the rest of our mics
That was when you unplugged it.
to very muffled.
Yeah, that's when you unplugged it. Now it's hopefully everything's going back to the
No,
mixer
this was
now.
when I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
This was before I unplugged it. So the static went away, but the crystal clear audio also went away. And it went to like, blah, 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 you know, like from a distance. But when Todd would come in, Todd would be crystal clear.
Gotcha.
So let me suggest this. Can we just right now close out the audio and then stop the recording and stay in the Facebook? And then I may have an adapter that's just the same as yours so we can try it.
Yeah.
And see if that does anything.
Yeah, but we don't need to close the. I mean, you want to end the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in the episode so we get the audio bit done and set and stopped.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then let's shut everything down, and I'll start everything back up and do test that one. Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
So, Todd, brother, sorry, man, you're not coming back through on the back end here.
You're kicking me off, and I'm the only person anybody can hear.
That might be true.
Yeah, surprisingly though, now Todd, I'm hearing you through Cory's switcher.
Through the iPad, yeah.
I'm not hearing you through so.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, Nick, I can't hear you. That's fine. Are we? So yeah, you guys can kick me off.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right, that's the podcast for this week. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back next weekend with a remote episode, hopefully. So in the meantime, for Nick, Cory, Todd, Danielle, and for Bob, this is Schnozzcast signing off. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, so most of the episode was great, but that is probably a lesser quality of equipment than all the cables we buy.
You know what, Cory? I may have it in my kitchen.